Hi there, Joga here, and in this video I'm sharing with you the projects I've created with the Spellbinders April 2022 small die kit. So here is the kit, and you will see that this large part is a bunch of gifts and you can use them different ways. So there's 3 parts to that die. You can die cut those from the panel, or the card front directly, or you can create a separate die cut element. And then there's a bunch of sentiments and some little bows. And I'm always, well, not always, but a lot of the times I die cut everything from white cardstock just to see what they would look like. But I mean, I use white for die cutting anyway most of the time, especially for outlines. And here I am die cutting this whole piece because I wanted to create a layered card with a lot of presents. This die set totally gives me Christmas vibes, but I stayed away from a Christmas card in March. I mean, July is already early enough for me. So I just thought I would add all kinds of colors, and then, I don't know, maybe birthday. And then on my second card, I wanted to, you see, not use the 2 edge dies, so I could just cut the whole thing from the panel directly to create a 1 layered card. But I don't know if you see it here in this light, it's full of indentation from the plate. So yeah, I die cut that off in the end, and I'm just going to use the bottom piece because that one I'm going to cover up anyway with other die cuts. So yeah, I really like that 1 layered look, but I don't know, I just don't like when my project is not clean. So yeah. And yeah, what I wanted to mention is a lot of time went into these cards, even though they don't look super special. But yeah, I don't know, I just like to do these things. I'm sure there are some clever solutions how to how to inlay these pieces. I'm sure you could use double-sided adhesive on the back of the card, but I cannot think ahead. So afterwards it's easy to say that, but yeah. So I am now layering the first piece onto my card base, and I will really just enjoy the process and die cut every piece. Look at that. That's blood. And I didn't even realize that. And then what did I do next? So that is from my, what is it called? Tweezers. They are really, really sharp. And I didn't even notice that I was bleeding. Just when I pushed those pieces into the background, then it started. So I wanted to correct that because there's 2 little blood stains. And one is on the edge of the die. And I really did not want to add another layer to that one because I like this look. So I wanted to see if I can cover that with white gel pen. Except I managed to take my silver gel pen. So I added silver on top of the blood and then white gel pen. It kind of covered it, but I think if I don't make the mistake with the silver, it would have been a lot better. But anyway, in the end, I'm gonna kind of place the bow on top of that in a way that it covers it. It's actually on the left side of this package or gift that I am backing now, or filling in with the pieces. So first I die cut the lids of the boxes from a darker shade of a cardstock, and then all the bottoms from a lighter one. And then I die cut the bows. There's 3 different, well, actually there's 6. There's 2 of everything, but they are not exactly the same. So the orientation is kind of a little bit different. So you have some variation that you can add to your little gifts. And I also die cut them from white heavyweight cardstock, because you can see that they are very kind of skinny lines, and I wanted them to be nice and flat and sturdy, so I added an extra layer of paper. And now I am creating 2 of these die cut pieces, and you can see I did not manage to line that up correctly, so I have to fussy cut the top of the die cut, and I'm just placing that there so that I can kind of go with the colors. You know, I can arrange the colors in a way that they are not gonna clash with the rest in the back. So this is why I kind of decided where I'm gonna put this die cut. And I'm going to do the exact same process on this one. I hopefully cut this out of the video because it's not very interesting to watch. But what I'm gonna say is some of the pieces, they stayed in the large, like this one, in the larger card stock, and then you can just really turn them or put them on top of the white die cut and just push them into the little slots. But unfortunately it didn't happen most of the time, so I just added them one by one. I'm sure there's some kind of tool that you can use to keep them together. I don't know, maybe some kind of tape. So that's the silver gel pen that I said or mentioned earlier, but I ended up not using this extra layer of die cut because I don't know, it is it really changes the look in person. I do like it, but that wasn't the look I was going for. In fact, that would have been already an extra 2 layers to my original plan. So I created a second cluster, and then I was actually planning 3, but then I realized that I don't want to cover up the gifts that I already filled in. So instead of adding 2 more layers, I just die cut an additional little cluster to fill in the 2 gaps that I had here. So on the right and the left I had 2 gaps, and I just add those 2 clusters, if that makes sense. Maybe it would have actually looked better if I don't add those with a little white space in between. I don't know, I just tend to fill up things more than maybe that I should. I don't know, I just wanted them to have like a lot of presents. And by the way, after I created my first card, I realized that I could have also used purposefully I did not use pattern paper because they are thin, and also for this project because there are a lot of small gifts here. A lot of the shapes are really tiny. Patterns would get lost. You would have to really be mindful what patterns you choose. It would have taken me a long time, and these cards already took me a long time, so that's why I decided on cardstock. But what I wanted to say, I actually have a 6x6 pad from My Mind's Eye. That's a wedding collection. It's a really beautiful collection. I don't remember the name of it, but it's kind of blush color and mint green and that sort of thing. And that, I think that would be also nice for like a, what are those called, bridal showers or something like that, or bachelorette parties. I don't know, but I think those are the showers, right, where you guys give gifts. I don't know, we don't do that thing, or I don't know, because I never got married, so I don't know. But I think that would have been really nice. Maybe one day I have time for it, I can try with that. And then I thought I'm just going with a simple white on white look when it comes to the sentiment. The one thing I did do is I die cut the sentiment from about 2 times, and then I layered them up. I think, as far as I remember, I did not record that, but there will be, so there is some dimension to the sentiment here. Maybe you can see the difference in this frame because now it's already there. And then this card is pretty much done. So it is simple looking, it does take time, but there's nothing complicated about it, so no complex techniques or anything. I wish I could come up with some cool idea, but I don't know, I just always go with the obvious, I think. But I like this detail work more than creating something clever, I think. I'm just not that clever. Yeah, and this is going to be the last step. I did not even add enamel dots. I did think about it, but I thought there's enough color already. So now my second card is a little bit different. I wanted to do something different here as well, but then I ended up, I don't know, I messed up something. I don't even remember the, oh yeah, the bottom part of this blue panel. I used some washi tape to hold down my die on it, and it tore the top layer of the cardstock, so it wasn't really nice. So I just decided to use the top. I really like that inlay look there. So I decided to not add any layers to this one, to keep it really simple, and I am now going to choose colors. It's kind of the same as the previous one, except here I really wanted to have one gift in one color, if that makes sense. I don't remember how many there were on it, but I counted how many gifts there were, and then I chose 2 shades of one color for each and every one of them. The only thing I couldn't decide on was these 3 purples, because I love all of them. So I will figure it out as I go, which purples I want to use. And then again, I did the same thing as before. I'm filling the lids first, and or whatever I can die cut. You know, I kind of have to leave space in between, because I don't like, it could die cut 2 layers, but I never like the second layer because it kind of flattens out. So I'd rather just spend an extra few minutes on this and die cut several times. And then I will again go in with my glue and add the little pieces one by one. In some cases, maybe I managed to do several at the same time, but most of the cases that didn't happen, unfortunately. So yeah, but you know what is really great? I did not lose any piece. Sometimes it happens, especially with these tiny pieces, that I grab them with my tweezers or try to grab them, and they just kind of jump away, like fly away. I don't know. And then of course I don't find them, so I have to die cut that tiny little piece again. But this time I did not lose any. Couldn't even believe myself. So basically I'm gonna go in a kind of like a rainbow order Actually, it's probably not, but you know what I mean. I just decided on this is normally what I do. Actually, I go from these colors, so this kind of purplish fuchsia, yeah, fuchsia you call it, right? Magenta kind of color through pinks and yellow, orange, what's that, red, and then green, blues, and purples. It's not rainbow order, but it's my rainbow. So yeah, and then again I'm adding these bows. Again, these are 2 layers, and I'm placing the same color bow on top of every gift, what the, well, the color of the lid is. And I found this blue twine in my stash. I did not even remember. I was looking for something else, but I was glad I found it. And now I'm adding a few sentiments. Actually, I don't normally do this, but I wanted to fill that top part a little bit. And I had all these, I think these were called swallowtail tags, maybe, that I made last month. And so I used a bunch of them. They are really great. I really, really love Glimmer sentiments. They are, honestly, ever since they came out, I kind of don't emboss very much anymore. Aren't those beautiful, those gold accents? Because embossing, I don't know, I mess up more often than Glimmer sentiments. So okay, so these are the 2 cards. I know they are quite simple, but I hope at least the colors give you an inspiration, or I don't know. I hope you like them anyway. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next month. Bye bye.